All right, and we are back for our final topic of the day, which is related to video games. So basically, do you guys have Twitch open? Because you're gonna need sound. It's just a 1 minute and 30-second video that I want you guys to listen to. So
Hold on.
just to give you a bit of background, the Bayonetta 3, the Bayonetta 1 and 2 voice actor of Bayonetta published an interesting video today that has to do with voice acting.
Oh,
Let me know when you guys are ready. I'll start the video.
okay.
Matt, you ready?
Yeah, the Twitch stream is up. It's a little bit delayed.
Oh,
So,
there's an echo though. I don't know if
yeah.
you.
So I'll mute.
Yeah,
I'll mute myself.
mute the Discord. Yeah. Okay. Three, one.
Hello, my name's Hellena Taylor, and I am the voice of Bayonetta, and I would like to explain to you why I didn't voice Bayonetta 3. The Bayonetta franchise made an approximated $450 million. That's
Ready when you are.
pretty much.
Oh,
Okay.
is it? It's play. Oh yeah, yeah. There's always a delay.
As an actor, I trained for a total of 7.5 years. 3 years at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, LAMDA, with voice coach Barbara Barkery, and 4.5 years with the legendary Larry Moss in Los Angeles. And what did they think this was worth? What did they offer to pay me? The final offer to do the whole game as a buyout, a flat rate, was $4,000 US. This is an insult to me, the amount of time that I took to work on my talent and everything that I have given to this game and to the fans. I am asking the fans to boycott this game and instead spend the money that you would have spent on this game donating it to charity. I didn't want the world. I didn't ask for too much. I was just asking for a decent, dignified living wage. What they did was legal, but it was immoral.
All right. So let me know when the video finishes on your side. Right. So I heard myself really loudly at the end, but I'll edit it out. Whatever.
But
Um,
gee, oh my gosh.
so I thought this was a good opportunity to talk about voice acting, especially in video games. First, what are your first impressions? Your first reactions, I mean.
My first reaction is angry.
She is angry?
No, like my not she
Oh,
that well she is
you are
angry, but like
angry?
um no, but I said this is angering. Like it
Oh.
made me angry to hear. It's similar to like artists like and using their arts, right? They just draw. It's like oh, you just are getting the internet. Same argument. So this is angry.
What did you think, Matt? First reaction.
First reaction is Nintendo can go suck a dick.
Well, good thing we are not even close of being monetized or anything this way, so we can curse. First thing to say to what you just said. Some people said that this is Platinum's fault because Bayonetta is being it was is developed by Platinum Games. So a lot of
Yeah.
people asked on Twitter, they were like, is it Nintendo's fault? Is it Platinum's fault? Like, who decides her salary?
Right.
And from what I gather from just the Twitter, it's Platinum. But how much like supervising does Nintendo do? Like, we don't know if they like have anything to do with the hiring and pay and like salaries, but
Yeah, Nintendo's probably just the publisher, so they probably don't have too much say in like who gets how much money. That's probably just Platinum, but okay, so I take back what I said, and instead Platinum can go suck a dick.
honestly, I am very confident that Nintendo. There's probably a lot of reasons that they can go suck a dick too, man. So like, don't worry. When you said that, I was like, I totally. First, if they were like a really caring company, they would have a hand into this kind of stuff. Like, if you're the voice actor of the triple A, one of the triple A games of the Christmas season that's coming out on your platform. Well, maybe not. Is it triple A if Bayonetta is made by Platinum? I don't think so, right?
I would say it's double A. Like no one says double A, but I would say double A.
Okay, I just found a reason where we can say that it is Nintendo's fault because Bayonetta is in Smash. Like, who voices Bayonetta in Smash Brothers? So if this character was so important that you have her in your Nintendo like overall like fighters, if you have her in Smash, you should make sure she's getting paid more than $4,000 for Bayonetta 3, which has been being promoted for years. And that's like, this is one of the biggest Nintendo game. Like, it's almost saying, "Oh, we didn't know the employee of the company that we hired are slaves." you know, so like, I don't know. Felipe, what are your thoughts?
I was just googling. It is the same voice actor that did for the game as like the main Bayonetta games. In Smash is the same lady,
Really?
but yeah,
That's
but I
good
don't know
news.
like the logistics on that front because if somehow like the producers of the Platinum games, maybe Nintendo, but like they just publish, right? So if like Platinum games they should like, okay, we're gonna give you some more royalties, then maybe she'll change her mind, right? Because it's she just wants a living wage, as you said. So if she gets that, maybe she'll retract that and say like, no, don't boycott because I've been like offered a good deal, or maybe she gets a lawyer or whatever. So she might change her mind because it's not just on her aspect. Everybody else also worked hard on their aspect.
Wait.
The game is
Oh, just to sorry to cut you off, just because I think you were misunderstanding one thing. They replaced her for Bayonetta 3. She did the voice for Bayonetta 1 and Bayonetta 2, and then they were like, "Oh, we're making a Bayonetta 3. This is the offer that we're making you, $4,000." And she said no. And they were like, "Okay, so we're gonna find someone else." And they found someone else. And I heard that Platinum said the other person they found sounded like pretty much exactly like her. So
Okay. I guess you're right. Maybe I did misunderstand. But if that's the case, if she's offered, I mean, the game is already done. But if she is offered something for future projects, maybe she can still change her mind because boycotting the game, regardless, my argument for this particular point is still the same. Boycotting the game is still doesn't help the other people that did work on the project, right?
very true, very true. I agree.
So it's not fair for the other people, like the designers, the CG people, everything else, right? So it's very unfair for her, but so is for the rest of the team. Not the executive, the people like the bosses, right? The bosses can go suck dicks, whatever, because they just see dollar signs and they don't really care about the work itself. Like we can jump into other companies that do similar shady stuff, but it's hard to say. Like where do we even begin the treatment? Like it is unfair.
I think it's more like it's a scummy thing to do. Like, this person has done the voice of the first two games. The first one, like I heard, was not a big hit at all. It was like a flop, and then the second one was like the big hit, right? And as she said, like Bayonetta has made like 500. How much? What was the number she said?
It was like 400 and something $1 million, like almost
That's
$500 million.
that's insane. $500 million for a franchise like Bayonetta is huge. So for me, offering her $4,000, you're like an actual scumbag. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's almost like somebody's starving, and you're like, oh, I can give you this food, but you have to like do something for me. You know, and I know that you don't have a choice because otherwise I can just make the same deal to the next like homeless guy. You know what I mean? In the set, like, you know that there's way more demand than supply. You know that there's gonna be like 20 female voice actresses who are gonna line up to do Bayonetta. You know?
On a like somewhat related note, I'd like to know how much she was paid for Bayonetta 1 and 2 and the Smash Brother game. Because like the rates are supposed to like grow steadily because of the name brand, like power name of the game itself, the
Yeah.
franchise. So if it's not steady going up, then it just like goes down because it feels like everything, like you said, Bayonetta 1 wasn't that successful, but then because Nintendo picked it up and kind of is going up, if it goes down there, like it's not good. They should have just go up and not keep steady. So like that's another type of like marketing study to see like how much they should be going because reputation experience also increases your salary.
It's a good point. And me, like the first question I wondered was how much are other voice actors in the gaming community making? Like, freaking, what's his name? The most famous one, who
Troy Baker?
Troy Baker, yeah, exactly. Like Troy Baker is not getting paid $4,000 for voicing a game, you know. Like Troy Baker,
Wow.
but it just blew my mind because I was like, why would you want to become a voice actor if that's how you know? And how long does it take to record Bayonetta 3? $4,000 for a day or $4,000 for a month? You know?
You said like a flat rate, so it feels like it's the entire project. So no matter how many lines a day, you still already paid the whole thing. So that is so low because you can only record like so many time, multiple times the same line and until you get it right. That means that you should be paying at least like 10 times more. That maybe I don't know. That feels
Well,
incredibly low for like a game that can have a gajillion lines. A game is not like 5 hours long. Like there's gonna be like maybe an action RPG or just action, maybe 15-hour tops, maybe, right? But that's a substantial amount of like lines within the game and cutscenes and in-game line actions. Like
Yeah.
and they have to do multiple takes of each line, right? Like it's not like they say the line once and they're like, okay, that's perfect, move on, right? They have to do it over and over again and get like the right take. So it for sure it takes a long time, and like it's not just video game voice acting, right? Like the voice actor for Goku, he I think a few years ago now, he did like his own little boycott thing about the how much he gets paid for doing his work, because he's like, guys, I'm yelling 10 hours a day, my voice gets wrecked every day, and you're paying me like minimum wage for this, and I've been doing this for like 20 years. It's like, this isn't right, guys. Like I should be getting more money for what I'm doing. So it's been an issue in like the whole voice acting scene for a long time, and this is just like the newest incident for sure. By far the worst. Like I've never heard it be this bad. $4,000 for one game. It's not like $4,000 for a day. Like she said, it's the flat rate. Like this is all I would be
Yeah.
getting for the whole game.
Yeah. And
I
we
do
know.
have.
Yeah. Go
Sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, 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 no. Go ahead, please.
I do want to say that I wonder if this is also related to like a cultural aspect. Like Japan treats voice actors the same as any normal actor, and they get like paid. Like the Luffy voice actress, like Masako, she's already old. She's been there for like a long time, and in Japan, they like all voice actors they make the jump to like modeling and or singers idol life or vice versa. They all at the same time active in all of them, or no, they made the transition, but they started as voice actors. Like, so they're treated with the same respect. But then Japan's culture, they care about the final the consumer, while like Western people they care about the dollar signs, right? Where can we save? Where can we print that? I was having discussion with Mr. Kakashi last night about like the manga format. So like maybe they see the money first, not about the people. Maybe there is some relevance there. It's like, oh, like, where can we cut costs instead of giving a good product that in turn with good reputation, good word of mouth would sell even more, but they don't see that. They're very
Yeah.
short.
Japan versus America. Why is America bigger than the Japanese format? It's like the same content, same amount of
Hmm.
chapters in it. Why is it bigger than the Japanese version? I don't get it.
Do you think
Just super
do you think maybe it has to do with like Japanese apartments not having a lot of space? Maybe. Or
What do
because
you
they're
mean?
like Americans are used to reading like big comic books, so they're like, if they see a small book, they're like, they have I don't know. I don't know. But I looked up Platinum
I
Games headquarters is in Osaka, Japan. So they're a
yeah.
Japanese company, but she's an
Mhm.
English voice actress. So now the question is, the Japanese voice actress, how much did she get paid compared to the American voice actress?
That is also an excellent question. Oh,
Yeah, I just thought of it because of what you said,
Oh,
Felipe. And it also reminded me of the Spider-Man remaster, how they changed. Oh, but that was not the voice actor. They changed the actor who is Peter
yeah.
Parker, and they replaced him with another Peter Parker just because they didn't want to pay him, or like he was asking for like. Anyway, they were like going to pay him very little or something.
Originally, what Sony said was we are changing how he looks to better match Tom Holland in the movies, and everyone was like, "No, you aren't. He doesn't even look like Tom Holland."
Honestly, like I don't know. I feel like there should be laws that protect employees from not getting ripped off by their companies. You know what I mean? Like there's so many
Hmm.
companies. It's not just voice acting. It's everywhere. Like so many industries where like they know there's just so much because we're so many like the population on the planet is so big. There's always going to be someone else willing to take the same job for less money. You know? And then you have these, and then you end up with Amazon like paying minimum wage to all their employees and stuff when they're like $1 trillion company. I don't know. That's another topic.
That's a
But
whole other topic. Yeah.
but it's sad to see. Like I just hope there's at least in America or Canada or something like those progressive countries like they should. I mean, I know they have unions, which is what it's supposed to do, but look at how companies react whenever somebody's gonna unionize in the company. They like Starbucks and Amazon recently. There was like big conversations. Like I hate now. Like we always knew Amazons were pieces of shit, but Starbucks. The fact that like one Starbucks like unionized, they were went to war with all their employees, like war. They were like, no, we're not going to pay you a penny more, and yet they sell $10 coffees. Anyways,
yeah.
so this was our
Yeah.
Wait,
conversation. Sorry, what?
Even Apple's getting unionized now. Like the Apple stores, so not corporate Apple, but each Apple store now. There's more and more stories popping up saying like, okay, this Apple store wants to unionize, this one wants to unionize. It's like, all right, uh, okay, let's see how this goes.
I had no idea about the Apple Store. I'm glad to hear it. Honestly,
Yeah.
anytime the people are going against these mega giant corporations, I'll always be happy. Any
me.
last comments before we end? Felipe,
My comment,
yeah?
I will be doing some digging to see how much if I can find information on the Japanese voice actress to be paid, because I have a feeling that she was paid more. Mentioning that the Japanese company and like certain like foreign perspective point of view, like I'm curious, but like it's unfair, and even some Japanese because she has like a substantial list of Japanese actual like of TV shows and anime and stuff. So it's like maybe they just screwed up, but it's not fair, and everybody should start paying a living wage.
Yeah. All right, so this has been voice acting conversation for, well, Bayonetta 3 voice actress, who is not the Bayonetta 3 voice actress. And we are the Otaku Informers, and you have been.
Informed, stay informed.